it seemed very odd, but I distinctly remember that of all the people, like Jerry Heller was really coming at you a few times around the movie. What was that about? I never got that.
Let's start at the beginning with him. We've never clicked. Once again, I don't have filters. It's just like I work for Eric. I live with Eric. I'm cool with Eric. Eric wants me to do something. I'm doing what Eric said. I don't give a fuck what you say. Like this, you work for him also, so you can't come at me. For some reason, we just never clicked. We never clicked. And he would get mad because it would be, I could be out. I'm at the guitar store. I'm like, hey, Eric, they got this new so and so keyboard here. Oh, just buy it and send the receipt to Ruthless. So I would do things like that. And Jerry would get mad. Oh, why'd you buy this? Because Eric asked me to buy it. Well, we can't always look, bro. If he tells me to buy something and I buy it with my money, you give me my fucking money back. And we just would clash like that. And Jerry was just a dude. You know how you have that best friend, but then you got another friend, but that best friend don't want that other friend to be your best friend either. That's what Jerry was. He didn't want anybody to be close to Eric, and that's why he drove everybody. He put dividers between everybody. Everybody was in the same room at first, but then he started putting dividers. That was it was all planned. I don't care what anybody says. That's what he did. I'm watching Unsung one night, and I'm not even really paying attention to it, but I hear it, and it's about, with Rolls Royce, the group Rolls Royce, and they asked him why did you guys break up, and Jerry's name came up. So I'm like, okay, that's fucking odd. So he just he wanted Eric to himself, basically. You can't have him. I want him. So that was his thing. So he would drive everything. And his problem with me started to be later on is people started to realize, okay, maybe he is somebody. Because I never really gave a fuck if anybody cared if I was down. Like if you look at that's why I deleted all the shit off my Instagram a while back. Because I didn't give a fuck. I just had Instagram to have it. I didn't give a fuck if you believe who I am. It didn't matter. I know what I did. I look around. I know what I did. So, but I think he started seeing, especially when they hit me about the movie, because I knew about the movie in 2011. Like I met with the screenwriter in 2011, right there next to the Beverly Center. So he started. I think it started bothering him because people really started kind of acknowledging me more, and that's when he started his campaign to attack. Oh, he he was Easy's laundry boy. He was Easy's this. Listen, bro. I lived with Easy. I lived in every house. I had the key to every house. I had the key to every car. I could do anything I want. If he's like, hey, can you take this to the laundry? I mean, to the cleaners? Fuck yeah, let me grab my shit at the cleaners too. I'm putting it. We're putting all my shit in. So he wanted to try to make it seem like I was some kind of errand boy. I was nobody. I was a bitch. And I didn't really give a fuck. Like I didn't care because you're wasting your time and your breath trying to discredit me for something that I lived. Like you can't. I don't get. There's nothing you could do in life that could take that away from what I did, like what I lived. So it never bugged me. It really didn't, and I really didn't try to speak on it too much, but I did. But it didn't really bug me. That shit, like, bro, he knows what I did. It's like, and even off subject. I mean, just jumping to now, he knows what I did. That bitch Tracy knows what I did. Fucking Tamika knows what I did. So they all want to try to discredit me because they follow in the lines of Uncle Jerry. That's cool. But you know what? These bitches keep talking about me, and believe me, they know that I know shit. I was like this with Eric. Everybody can tell you that. I know about Tracy. I know about Tamika. I know what the fucking bullshit she's done. I know the negative shit Tracy's done. So if these bitches want to keep fucking with me, and I hope they see this video. They keep fucking with me, and I'll tell you, I'll do a tell all. And they know they don't want that. So it's like they keep trying to discredit me, but you can't take away something that I live. I knew Eric better than all of them. And then you got Tracy's daughter, Erin, thinking she wants to do this about her father. You were like 2.5, 3 years old when he died. You got 2 pictures with him. Don't sit here and act like you knew Eric. You didn't. Like, I've been quiet for years. I let all of them talk. They talk bad about me. I hear it from everybody. Oh, Tracy talking bad. That's fine. You know what? They keeping my name in their mouth. That's cool. That means I'm doing something right. But it's I get tired of this shit. Everybody linked with Jerry is just like Jerry. And it doesn't make any sense because he drove the group apart. And then Tamika drove everybody away. See the fucking just the cycle that they're in. They're like the fucking Kardashians. It's just like they're deadly. Like it's shitty, and nobody really talks about it because a lot of people either don't care. Or they I guess afraid to talk. I've any interview I've had, I've mentioned all of the names. I give zero fucks. Anybody want to find me? I'm not hard to find. I'm not hiding from nobody. My location is always on Instagram. So I just hate how these people following this trend of Jerry when Jerry wasn't really anybody. Listen, I can't take anything away from him. He put the group in places they need to be in. That was his job, but he kind of went beyond that, and he became too obsessed with Eric. People don't even know he didn't work for Eric before Eric died. People don't know that Eric wasn't with Tamika before he died. No one talks about that. This is a fact. Everybody inside knows. So Jerry I saw him as a fucked up person. I saw how he divided people. And the crazy part, Arabian knew about this. He told them dudes before, when he left, he told Rand and Q, watch that dude. That was his exact word, watch him.
Well, I think a lot of what you just said is wild, but I think, like JJ Fad, I think people forget that Arabian Prince was the first to leave.
Bro, Arabian Prince was the first to bring equipment to the table. Okay, when it was beats being made, let's be real, 75% of that shit was Arabian Prince's. So it's not the group trying to wipe him out of history. I can say that very clearly. Nobody has any problems with him. It's just like, but people just, there are people that want to just kind of wipe him out. You can't take somebody out of somewhere they're already in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, he's on that cover. I don't give a fuck if you put a sticker over his face. Guess what? He's still on that cover. So you can't be here and not acknowledge when you started here. You had to, there's always a starting point. You might get to the highest point you can be at, period, in the world, but you still had to start somewhere. So don't take nothing away from this dude. Like, I really do hate it because he's such a good dude. And he loves music, but that's never been his just fucking, this is all I do thing, music. He's into technology like a motherfucker. Like he was into technology then. Right. So I just hate when people, if you're gonna tell a story about NWA, you can never leave out the key elements. You can't. And like I said, Strata Compton wasn't those dudes' fault. It was a collective of everybody. You know what I mean? It's just like everybody could have, I guess, done more, but at the same time, you're trying to put 30 years into 2 hours, which is crazy because the movie was originally almost 4 hours. The original one that they was doing a screening for was like 3 hours and something. I didn't want to go. I just wanted to see it when it was done. But it was, I think I got the flyer. I think it said 3 hours or something. It was long. They changed it literally 5-6 days before it was coming out. They put that, the Tupac thing was not in the movie. I had the original script that I had a bigger part. I had a part and I was in the studio. I had a bunch of shit. They put that Tupac thing in there. All that shit was on the floor. But I mean, it's cool because I still got the script. But yeah, that Tupac thing wasn't even in there. I don't know where that came from, but it wasn't in there. It was not in the movie. And they put it in like maybe 5-6 days before.
Wow.
So, yeah, but I wish if people talk about NWA, just Ruthless, mention everybody. It's not hard to mention everybody because it wasn't Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have 5,000 people on the roster, but I mean, everybody over there played a part. There's nobody over there that didn't play a key part to make a Ruthless what it is.
Right. And
once I left, I can't speak on any of that, but I do give Bone Thugs a lot of credit. But everybody else in between, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just being honest. I really don't care. There's a couple of those people in between who have a problem with me. That's fine. I don't care. You don't know me. I don't know you. So we can leave it at that. But the Ruthless bubble, I know it's just like everybody played their part. I mean, it's just like I said, JJ Fad, in my opinion, and a lot of others, they built Ruthless. Without that gold record, with that money that came in like that, would they have been able to just walk in the doors if they did? Who knows?
You know, I did a book called The History of Gangster Rap. I wish I would have been in touch with you when I was writing it, but I put in the book how that changed everything because it funded not only the movement, but it, like you said, it got them in these doors to where they had some clout in the industry that they wouldn't have had otherwise.
Like when you're young. I mean, I don't know if you ever went through it, but fools, I know fools that went through it. You thugged out, but you want to take this chick out. So you sending your boy to pick her up, blah, blah, pick her up. This is my date. Then you taking her to you. And blah. So that's what they did with JJ Fad. It's like, oh, look, we got these girls. They're selling records. They positive, boom, boom. All right, we love it. We in. They opened the door. Cool. Now we got this group. They said, fuck the police. But, well, all right, maybe we should give it a chance too. Boom. I mean, starting with Macola, getting up to priority was crazy in itself because Macola was pretty big. Like, I mean, for West Coast shit, they had a lot of shit. That was like when you wanted vinyl, you go to Macola. There was no damn CDs back then. That shit was fucking that shit was vinyl and cassettes. You had no damn CD. What the fuck was a CD? But yeah, so it JJ Fad, that was they opened the door. Everybody just followed. So that's why I feel bad when they get left out of things, you know. And I know you can't put everything into everything, but at least mention them. You know what I'm saying? Give them a fucking documentary, fucking Lifetime. Shit, you give everybody else one. Shit, give them something. They need something because I just feel like it's like they just got the short end of the stick when they open the door.
Yeah, it's they're very important to the whole gangster rap movement, and I'm glad you said that, and that's why I put it in my book, The History of Gangster Rap, because I think it's super crucially important, and it really, on the business side of things too. I mean, they were on Atco Atlantic, and then Eazy and NWA were on Priority, so Eazy was already spreading the business around in something that revolutionized the game as well.
I give Jerry credit on that because I guess they put that together, but that made a whole lot of sense because he was the first person that I know that was kind of doing that. Okay, I got this artist here, this artist there.
Yeah.
We here. And what's really crazy too, when we're on tour, you know, it's billed Eazy-E was NWA, but then he's in NWA too. So he gets the check for Eazy-E and he gets the check for NWA. So he was getting 2 checks because he's in the group and then he was also billed as the artist on there. So that was kind of crazy, but yeah, that was a trip. But yeah. But yeah, he had the priorities and I think Cocaine and those dudes, they was on Epic. They ended up being on Epic, and yes, they was on the D.O.C. was on Atlantic.
Brother Law was on Epic. Yeah,
so he kind of spread it out. But yeah, he was like probably one of the rappers doing a lot of things first. He was first rapper that I know that had a V12 Benz, the 300 GX twin turbo. Like he had a bunch of crazy shit that dudes now trying to brag about. Like, bro, got that shit in '89. Stop playing. I seen the dude I seen his car, his 750 get wrecked up by Tracy, and then they came and flatbedded him a brand new 850. So I've seen, I mean, these rappers now, they getting their little money, I guess, but this is 90, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, he was doing shit that, the only people I know that was doing it that big was him and Ice-T. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ice-T had a spot at his house where he drive the car inside the fucking house and shit. Like, it's just, these dudes were doing big shit. But yeah, he was a unique fellow.
Be sure to check out The History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
There will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
What's that 5 on Yo MTV Back with NWA?
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangster Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangster Rap in stores now.